Well, unfortunately, these new bonds, and this doesn't just go for munis, this goes for bonds in general, are a joke. They ought to be outlawed, in my opinion, and they shouldn't be allowed. And how these muni bonds and other bonds that are funding debt, old debt, even get any kind of rating whatsoever is beyond me, because they don't meet any real rating criteria when they have no hard asset against them. So you have some school district filing for a muni bond that is getting rated as if they were building some brand new high school somewhere, when in fact all they're doing is funding the debt from the high school they built 10 years ago, but they can't pay the muni payments on the muni bonds that were issued to fund that school. So now they are issuing another bond issue to pay the debt from those old bonds. It's ridiculous. It's a Ponzi scheme, and we're seeing more and more of that. So I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm not saying they're all like that. But you need to know when you buy a bond, what is it that I am lending my money to? Am I lending my money to the state of Indiana to build a new bridge, or am I lending my money to the state of Indiana to pay the debt on a bridge they built 10 years ago? And that's what you've got to find out. If they are, funding a hard asset, then I would be a little bit better with them. But I don't think that we ought to allow states. This is the way states and municipalities print money. This is their way of printing money, and that's exactly what it is. So I am not for that. I don't believe we ought to use debt to fund debt any more than I would say to you, it's okay for you to use your credit card to pay your payment on your mortgage. You're using debt to fund debt. It never works. That house of cards always comes tumbling down. And I don't think these government agencies or governments, small or large, are exempt from the same problem.